Well, GM, G to the M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out and anyone in between. Welcome back to the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Caps Roker. And I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. We got a show on tap for you today on this tremendous Thursday morning. It is October the 3rd, 2024. If you haven't checked your calendar yet today, and it's time to wake up like never before. But before we get this proverbial show train steaming on down the tracks of change, we must humbly ask you to do a few things. What are those things? Well, maybe you've already done them, but maybe you haven't. Maybe this is your first time stopping by Forge and Fuel. Maybe this is your first time getting acquainted with the Diamond Hand Media Group. And if that is so, maybe you could take a quick moment to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you're on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss us going live or any other content from the Diamond Hand Media Group. Hey, hit that like button too. If we make you think, we make you laugh, we make you cry, we make you go, I ain't never thought of it that way before. Please do that. Don't be a hoe. Share the show. Let the people know. Hit that like button. If you're watching on X, hit that like, hit that repost, maybe even quote tweet it. Let the people know why you're at Forge and Fuel this morning. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that share button as well. And last but certainly not least, if you're listening to Forge and Fuel on your favorite podcast directory like Spotify or Apple, and you're enjoying the show right now, maybe you could hit that follow button. And also, while you're listening, head on over to those ratings and drop us 5 stars if you really like it. It certainly helps the show grow, and it keeps us staying in the flow. Shout out to each and every one of you that help that algorithm get going and flowing every single morning. We wouldn't be able to do this without each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all your support, all your love, of Forge and Fuel, of me, of the co-host with the Mo-host, and everything DHMG. And speaking of, it's time to bring in that co-host with the mo-host. Because we could just sit here and be me and you all morning long, and I could blab for hours on end, but it gets a little boring just me. I need a little somebody else here with me, a little somebody to share some different perspective, maybe flip the coin over from time to time, say, wait a minute, Cap, you were looking at heads. Let's take a gander at tails. Well, my man who always turns over the stones, never leaving one unturned, he is the owner of the Grandpa Ape Country Club. The lead pro on the GACC greens. Well, he is lean, I guess. He's getting pretty damn lean. Who's to say? Maybe that does work. Who's to say? Who's to know? Over there on the GACC greens. A professional DJ. A PLP pusher. A purveyor of positive vibes. A curator of high-level energies. Our traveling man, always getting in a tin can to go complete some mission in a foreign land. Our president of St. Louis, Missouri. The one. The only. With an emphasis on the one. He is DJ Swirl One. Great morning, Swirl One. How you doing at GHQ, baby?
What?
Good morning, Vietnam.
Oh, shout out to Robin Williams, man. Let's go. Gotta love that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Thursday. It's Forge and Fuel, the best way to start your day. I don't know of any other way I would rather start, but here with all of you amazing human beings all over the globe, wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, on the X app, YouTube, Rumble, wherever the hell you find yourself, we're glad you're here. Hey, I can't tell you how hyped I am already. Got my push-ups in, got me a nice, I jumped in the shower, got clean. Smell pretty good, we're good. Oh, we got a super soldier over here.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Deezy's on fire today, too. He is right on time with that stuff. So let's get it going. I'm ready to have a great day. The world needs some positivity, some inspiration, some motivation, and we are here to bring it to you. So without further ado, I will yield the floor. But before I do that, just tell you this. All those things Cap said we need, follow, like, subscribe, make sure that you tell a friend. I just went through everybody who had posted this here, and I reposted it for you on the X app. So there you go. Keep that thing out there. Oh, I even shared it with a random stranger yesterday, just like I told you to do. They went right to their app, and they hit follow right there in front of me. So it works if you work it. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Well, how about that? One time for the one time, getting a new listener, a new follower. Hey, shout out to you, whoever you might be. I heard Swirly D was over there at the old supplement superstore. Who's to say, who's to know? And also, I may have shared the show a little bit yesterday. Might have had some sweet little ladies over at the house yesterday tidying things up, and they said, what's all these cameras? What's all these microphones? I said, well, I do got a morning podcast. You have a podcast? I said, well, yeah, of course. We fire it up. We're just a couple of guys. We like getting everybody charged up for the day. Oh, I think my sons would love that. I got 3 sons. So, hey, shout out to the 3 sons if they're watching this morning. We got a new subscription there as well. And I see Nick's travel vlogs. What's up, Nick? I see you in here this morning. Friends of the metal. Shout out to you, brother. Great morning. Great morning. And I see that chat over there. Woo, that chat's already firing up today. I see everybody ready for a spectacular Thursday. But before we get this proverbial showboat surfing the waves of change, Swirl One, I wanted to start off a little different this morning. I wanted,
What you got? I'm ready for it. Do I have to do anything, or are you doing it?
No, you ain't got to do shit, man.
Okay.
You just got to sit there. You just got to sit there and look pretty. That's all you got to do this morning. Now,
I'll drink out of my crazy cup. I got pterodactyls and shit all over my cup. Dragons,
Oh, that's beautiful. That's exactly what we're going. Damn, DZ is hot this morning. DZ is on fire. One time for the one time. Shout out, Mr.
I love it. Hey, don't stop, man. Keep it the heat. Let's go.
Woo! All right, so I want to start off with a video. All right, and no reaction, no craziness. But the timeline's a little hot. Timeline's a little heavy. There's shit going on out in the world right now, and I think we need a laugh. I think we need a laugh because sometimes we get a little serious on the show. We go down to serious rabbit holes, but I want to let the people know it's not always serious around here. Sometimes we got to have a little fun and games. So you might have saw me post this out late last night. It was late last night, but maybe you didn't. And I have never seen a donkey more excited about a rubber chicken in my entire life, and it is the exact video you need to watch to start your day. My friends, here is a donkey being presented with a one-leg, peg-leg pirate rubber chicken.
Come on, I got you a new chicken. It's from Brian from Wisconsin. Hi. You gotta look at him. Let me pet you first here. And I'm gonna show you. It's a pig leg parrot. He put a tattoo on his neck. He's so cute.
I'm so happy. Wait, it gets so good. It gets so good. Oh, look at his chicken. Wait, here it comes. Oh, gosh. Oh, shit. Okay, here it is. Okay, that hay pile over there. You see that hay pile over there? Watch this shit. Watch this shit when this donkey gets this hay pile. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch him. Look at him. Wait.
That's a good one. You know.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
He ain't done. He ain't done. Wait, he can't even stand up. He can't even stand up. Wait, he's got one more in her. He's got one more in her. Hold on, he's got one more in her.
How is this chicken surviving this?
That is the best. That is the best.
You're making me juicy, donkey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's insane. If only people were that happy about life every day. That's how I feel when I see the sun.
Tell me that's not pure fucking gold. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my stomach hurts. That murdered me last night. That murdered me this morning. I hope that got you guys going as much as it got. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the little things.
Oh, when that boy grabs that chicken, he gets his big old smile going. He did. I posted that on my X. If you guys want to watch that over and over again today and laugh your ass off, it is on my X. So there you go. Who's to say, who's to know? Wanted to start the show a little different, give you a little laugh. I tell you all the time, you never know if you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to think at this show. But we'll give you a full day before 10 a.m. Eastern, baby. But my friend, speaking of, that's all I got to open it up. Giving you a little something to think about. Giving you some reminders. As always, the third segment of the day is where we dive into the live chat. For those of you that don't know, you won't know. And we also have a show email. That is askfnf@thedhmgroup.io. You can see it in the ticker down there. Shout out to you, D's. Or you can drop them in the live chat. And for the third segment of the day, we will dive in there and we'll answer all your questions, baby. But my friends, it's time to get into the first segment of the day. I gotta try and get my breath back. I'm fucking out of breath. Oh, geez, I need to drink a water.
I need a chicken or if I need a donkey. One of the two.
Who's to say? You know, what reminds me of too. Old Skipper, Bocephus and Skipper, huh? Yeah, just a couple of days.
Oh,
you ain't heard of it. Bocephus and Skipper.
Yes, Bocephus and that donkey used to. Oh man, sing live on X Spaces. This donkey would let it go. I'm telling you, greatest stuff there on command.
Oh shit, man, my stomach hurts. I gotta get my air back. All right. Let's get into the first segment of the day. Let's do a little motivating and inspirating. Let's get into it. It's time for your sharpening session. Woo! Woo! All right, my friends, let's dive into it today. No hesitation, no delay. If you read the title of the show, you may know where we're about to go. But in case you didn't, let me let you know before I catch a flow. Ooh, it's just rolling off the tongue this morning, Swirl One. Let me tell you what. It's time to burst your bubble. That's right. We're bursting your bubble on this Thursday morning. I hate to break it to you, but it's time to pop that sucker. And what bubble is that? Well, we're talking about your bubble of comfort, your comfort zone, your 5-foot radius that I've watched so many people over and over and over and over again get stuck in. I've watched so many people who have so much value, so much purpose, so much smarter than I, more physically fit than I, more active than I, simply not achieve their life because they chose not to get out of their zone of comfort. They chose to stay in their little comfort bubble and everything's nice, like Little Bubble Boy, right? If you watch that movie way back in the day, he's in his bubble, everything's good, I got no germs, nothing around, can't be affected, can't be impacted. I got my Netflix and my social media, and I'm listening to the news, and nobody tell me anything different. Whoa. Are you stuck in that bubble? Well, if so, maybe it's time to burst that bad boy this morning. And I speak this way on getting out of your comfort zone and bursting your bubble because that's all I've ever lived my life on. It's all I've ever done time and time and time again. When I feel myself getting comfortable, I look for a way to make myself uncomfortable. You know, you might have heard my mom say a few times, "Oh, Cap, no grass grows under his feet." And it's so true. If I feel something gets stagnant, I go pick up the water pail and go water some grass somewhere else because the grass may not be greener on the other side. But one thing I do know is the grass is always greenest where I water it. And, you know, for those of you that don't know me personally, you may not know that I grew up in a real small town. Grew up in a town of 1,100 people, a big old metropolis, if you will. I graduated high school with 32 kids. My entire high school had 250 kids in it. Nobody was going to college. I was one of 3 kids in my entire class that went to university. 2 of those went to a community college. It was not something you did where I'm from. So I went to Illinois State. It was uncomfortable, beyond belief. First day on campus, I thought, oh my gosh, what is this culture shock? I'm meeting all different people here, there, and everywhere, but I just decided to embrace it. Then before you know it, I'm hosting parties, I'm leading people everywhere, I'm the talk of the town, if you will. Unfortunately, that may have led me into some bad relationships and got me more acquaintances than real friends. However, at least I learned from that lesson. And then when it come time to graduate ISU, I had a choice. Do I go back to my zone of comfort? Do I go dive back into my bubble and go back home and maybe take over my parents' business and maybe work a job and be real nice, cush, cake, and easy? Or do I move up to the Chicagoland area and chase more opportunities, get into corporate America, find what could be that American dream? Thanks, Deez. Man, on it this morning, baby. And I get up here and I start pursuing that American dream. And I told the story at the beginning of last week of some of the struggles that I started to face. And I became real uncomfortable and I knew some massive changes were coming. And before I knew it, I had lost my girlfriend. I had lost all of my friend group. I had lost the home I was staying at. Me and my roommate, he moved back in with his parents. And now here I am by myself. I had just got fired from corporate America because I couldn't put on a mask. I couldn't be fake. They shit canned my ass. And here I am, no job, no friends, no girlfriend, no future. What the fuck? What do I do? Oh no. So I just started reaching out. I got another job. That job wasn't great, but I worked it for a year. I got out of that job. I started working another one. And finally, I had leveled up in sales enough to where I was running an entire SoCal territory. You think I was comfortable doing that? I'm born and bred in Illinois. I told you I came from a town of 1,100 people, and here I am running all of SoCal, never stepped a foot in California, and I got to talk confident to guys who are paying me 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes $100,000 deals and say, oh, yeah, I'm right around the corner. Yeah, I've been down here, been doing that. I was insanely uncomfortable. but I continued to make myself comfortable and comfortable. Okay, I'm good in this. And then I started to feel the vice of life again. Hey, this isn't good. What the hell? I need more. And then I heard Pat McAfee on the TV say, I want to chase fulfillment over a paycheck. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's me. That's what I want. So I said, well, time to pop that bubble again. And I jumped and I decided to start talking the line sports media. And I was in sports media for the better part of 2 years and creating content. And I had 3 different podcasts and I was shaking hands with your favorite ESPN personalities and those you watch on TV nowadays. I still know them to this day. We still shake hands. I was so uncomfortable getting on camera. I've just been blabbing. I don't even know what I'm saying here this morning. I do, but I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't hardly even host a show. I wasn't me. And I just kept trying. I just kept showing up. I just kept hitting that record button and going live, no matter how big that pit was in my stomach, which now I realize that, oh my gosh, that wasn't a pit of anxiety. That was a pit of excitement. I was just so excited to be doing my passion, doing what I know I needed to be doing. Oh my gosh, I'm finally here. I'm doing what I love, but I didn't believe it. And then unfortunately, that business came and went. That business failed. That business was not great. However, as the time it was failing, as the time that we were packing in our bags, I found NFTs. Oh, non-fungible tokens. Some of you might say, "Wow,
emotional damage."
Yeah, that's how it feels pretty much. Who's to say, who's to know? And some of you may think, oh, NFTs, what the hell? Yeah, I think, oh, NFTs, what the hell? I don't pay attention to them at all anymore. I got a wallet full of bullshit that I don't even care about. There's one project that I concern myself with, and that's the project of the co-host of this show, the Grandpa Ape Country Club. I could give a damn. I made myself uncomfortable. I got in discords. I wasted tons of money, but I would never take it back because the people I've met and the opportunities that I've gotten because of those leaps of faith, because of that chance to just, let me check out some NFTs. We wouldn't have this show. I wouldn't have my co-host. I wouldn't have the producer of this show if we didn't dive into NFTs, if we didn't just want to be uncomfortable and say, you know what? Everybody's saying this is bullshit. I'm going to see if it's not. Well, unfortunately, it did turn into bullshit, but we're working on saving it. Who's to say, who's to know? And when I saw an opportunity to make more content, I created Diamond Hand Radio. And I was uncomfortable at first, reaching out to people, having the door show, trying to put people on the pedestal. And I got more and more comfortable and I met more and more people. And then I ran into a group of guys who were doing some pretty good content. And they said, hey, man, we'd love to partner up with you. What do you think? You got a company? I'm a little uncomfortable, but I said, yeah, you know what? Let's do it, right? After only a few short months, those guys realized how hard entrepreneurship is, how difficult being a content creator is, how challenging this life is when you pursue it in these ways. So they packed it in. And here I was standing at the cliff's edge yet again, wondering, should I keep going forward or should I just pack it in? And once again, I stood on the cliff's edge. I made myself uncomfortable and I jumped. I bursted my bubble of comfort. And better yet, as I think about it, maybe I haven't bursted my bubble of comfort. Maybe my bubble of comfort has just gotten bigger. Maybe I've continued to add suds to that big old bubble and it's just gotten wider and wider and I've gotten more comfortable in the uncomfortable. But maybe you do need to burst your bubble. Maybe you're in a spot that's no longer serving you. Maybe you're in a place in a relationship that's no longer bringing value to your life. So I want to share with you the Eagles quote. So oftentimes it happens that we live our lives in chains and never even know we have the key. Maybe so oftentimes it happens that we live our lives in a bubble of comfort and never know we have the needle in our back pocket to pop it and make it right out. So if you're living in a bubble of comfort, if things feeling real cushy, things are feeling real nice and easy and ooh, I could go pursue that. Oh, but no. Everything's good right here. Ooh, I could take that opportunity. No. Everything's good right here. If you want to be there, you want to stay the same, you want to remain who you are right now, cool. Stay in that bubble. But if you want to be more, it's time to do more. You can always be more because you can always do more, but you got to reach in that back pocket, burst that bubble, and go make yourself uncomfortable. Who's to say, who's to know? Any thoughts as we open up the show, Swore One?
Bro, I was writing down stuff left and right over here on this side. I'm telling you. Hey, Bubble Boy. Maybe I'm
Yeah?
not. I was
Yeah?
even seeing in the comments, people are like, this taking it away. Bro, I am not privy. Please forgive me that I don't know of this Bubble Boy. I'm gonna have to, I wrote it down. I'm like, what
Pause.
is I'm just saying.
Continue on. I'll put Bubble Boy up on the screen. Don't you worry.
So, hey, I guess other people know about it, but you know what I do know is I know what living in a bubble feels like. I know exactly what that feels like, and I've been there. I've been in a situation where, man, I couldn't get out of what I was doing because I was comfortable. You know what? It just reminded me as you were talking. I wrote it down. You ever watched a kid blow a bubble and they blow a bubble and that thing just floats off? Do they stay out there forever? No. Sooner or later, they dissipate, and no matter what happens, it pops, right? So you always have to understand whether you like it or not, that balloon's going to pop. That bubble's going to pop. It's not going to stay in the air forever. And I even wrote right here, if you don't pop the bubble, somebody or life will. That's why, hey, why are you going to burst my bubble? People say that stuff all the time, but that's the truth. Hey, people always are looking for a reason to pop your bubble. If anything, it makes theirs look better when you're sitting there worried about where you're going to land, right? That's the problem with it. So when you're out there thinking about, man, I got to get out of my comfort zone, you got to think about this. If you don't force your own hand, life will force it for you. And there's no two ways about it. That's why I said the other day, hey, the one thing that happens is change all the time. Every time you turn around, you get up. The one thing you might take the route, but the route doesn't look the same. The cars aren't the same. The traffic patterns aren't the same. It's always changing, right? So one day you're going to get up and you're going to get on that same route. There's going to be an accident there. You didn't expect it to happen. It wasn't there yesterday, right? But all of a sudden now, even though you got up at the same time, you're going to be late to work. Well, gosh, that burst my bubble today, right? You have the choice and the opportunity to make any of these decisions, to make a different way to go to work, to get up earlier. Like I did this morning to get my 100 push-ups in. I have to start doing my routine different. I changed my routine up because this was conflicting with everything else. The way it was working anyway, the way I have to get my day started, it wasn't working. So now, yesterday I had so much time to get everything done. And all I did was get up 35 minutes earlier. It wasn't a crazy change, but 35 minutes changes everything. So I would always caution people, when you're looking to make a change, always make it one day at a time. Don't worry about what's coming on the other side. Cap worries about the outcome. Hey, I'm going to be this or that. Hey, I'm going to get the girl. I'm going to get to the end. Hey, let's just try to start with today. Let's get past today. Let's start something that we can both build on. And then once you get the job, the girl, the house, or whatever, you have to understand that's not the end of it. We talked about the hidden fees and all that. You have to maintain this, right? For that balloon to stay up. Like if you have a helium balloon, sooner or later, the helium's going to go bad and it's going to start to drop down. So if you want that balloon to stay up, you have to continually put helium in it. Or I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we had hot air balloons there, right? The one thing about that is that balloon would stay up as long as there was heat inside that envelope. And so when the pilot wanted to go up, he would literally add fuel to that fire, and that fire would add a little bit more elevation for him. That's what we got to do when you're trying to get busy with anything that you have, your knowledge, your business, anything. You want that fuel that fuels that fire, that keeps that envelope full so that your balloon will stay in the air, so your bubble won't burst. You see people all the time crashing those balloons too. You know what it is? It's failure to plan. It's not having a plan for, well, like we've talked about before, for the route that you take all the time. There's an accident. Oh, I've always flown this route, but I didn't realize the winds were so high today. So now it blew me into a lamppost or maybe an electric line. And now all of a sudden I'm back on the ground. So it doesn't matter what you're flying, whether you're flying in your car, you're trying to build a business, you're trying to make your knowledge better, you're working on a passion. The biggest thing you can do is keep fueling it, because that's the only way you're going to stay up there. That's why the 5 things are so important. As you're adding fuel to that knowledge, reading on it every day, researching on it every day, you're going to get better at whatever it is, right? One of those things that Cap talked about is looking in the mirror at yourself and being able to recite something, or be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I can, I will. And I think that's how Cap does most of what he does. And that's why me and him both have things written on our mirrors and around our houses that remind us of what that is. Those are the things that keep adding fuel to our fire. And yes, those are the things that keep us with the air inside our envelope so that we can stay up in the air. This doesn't happen by accident. Me and Cap will lose motivation just as quick as you and I. So
150%, man. Before I go down that hot air balloon rabbit hole, you tripping triggers in me. Hey, I'm upset, dude. You claim to be a movie buff, and a lot of these people, I can't believe this right now.
I only like the old movies, man. Like the old like comedy movies that were like
come on.
after
You're
about
telling me you
95-ish,
don't know
99, I
Bubble
stopped
Boy?
watching.
You don't know Bubble Boy? You're telling me you ain't ever seen Bubble Boy? Homie trapped in his bubble, and he's got his he's in love with this chick, and bro, it's the best. It's the best. He's so scared of the world, and he lives inside his little bubble, and it's just a story of not being afraid of the world and breaking out of your own little bubble. It's so good, man. It's so good, man. I can't
I'll have
believe you
to
never
look it
seen
up.
Bubble Boy.
Maybe that would be something for Grandpa movie night, because I haven't seen it. If it's that good, maybe we ought to do that. You know,
I think it's
don't
like
know.
90, 92, 93, maybe. Don't quote me on
You know
that. I
what?
don't
What
know.
about Bob is the closest thing I know to living in a bubble that's like that. And
What
that's a
about
great
Bob's a
movie.
banger? What about Bob? Oh, it's
Shout out,
2001.
man.
2001
That's
Bubble
why.
Boy.
What did I just tell you? After about 98, 99, I stopped watching movies.
And if you didn't recognize, the man in the bubble is Jake Gyllenhaal. Banger.
Oh,
Banger.
I know who that guy is. Okay. Oh,
Yes,
wow. Okay.
yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Hey, interesting.
Who's to say? Who's to know? Just a little shameless plug for Bubble Boy. Nobody mentions it these days anymore. Clearly,
You know, I did like your hey. You've always had the little pin in your pocket to pop it. That was pretty.
That was pretty good, huh? That wasn't bad, huh? The pin back in the pop, maybe the pop. I don't know. I was just the brain turning.
I wrote it down.
It's like maybe I should be a motivational speaker or something. I don't know. Maybe we should start a podcast.
Bro, it's like you've done this for like 581 episodes, bro. I don't know what it is. I feel the same way every now and then. I feel like
I don't know. Who's to say, who's to know? But don't be rude. But talking about adding fuel to your fire, I wrote that down and I started that, man. I haven't talked about it since we've been live on YouTube, but you have that little flame inside of you, right? And that little flame is your gift. And first back up, what is your gift? Your gift is what you do with the least amount of effort, but produce the best quality, right? So maybe you're a musician, right? Maybe you're like Swirl, like a DJ, right? And you just like at the end of the night, make a little music, whatever. And every night you're just banging out a song and it's fucking easy for you and it's no problem. But you don't ever, I'm never going to take this anywhere. I'm not going to do anything with it, whatever. Well, maybe you could. Maybe it is that exact thing that you need to start pursuing. Maybe it is that little flame inside of you and it just burns and you could, you would, you should, but you just let it be a little pilot light. Well, if you want to be successful in whatever that thing is, your job is to go find the nearest can of gasoline and dump it on that flame and turn it into an enraging fire. And what does that mean? That means getting in the lanes, writing the business plan, starting to pursue the passion, using the secret formula. Everybody says, how do you find success? It's so hard to pursue your passions, to be an entrepreneur, this and that. No, it's not. There is a secret formula that nobody will tell you about that I will tell you right now. Open your ear holes wide, get out your notebooks and your pens if you ain't been taking notes. A dream with a date next to it becomes a goal. That goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And that plan, backed by daily consistent action, becomes your reality. As long as you show up every day and pour gasoline on the fire, it's going to enrage. It may just be a little kindling. Hell, there might just be a little smoke. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And if you just continue to stoke, the next thing you know, it's going to turn into what you see below us. And then it's going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. And then people are going to see it burn from miles around. And then they're going to say, wait a minute, what's he doing over there? What's that forging fuel going on? Why is that burning so bright over there? What the hell is happening? Me and Swirl, we take every bit of our gasoline we have and dump it onto our 5 things. This is one of the 5 things we have, but that's what we talk about. Anytime there's one of them little fires is going, oh, hey, oh, wait, time to stoke that. Hey, somebody get me the plumer. We got, got to blow that thing up. Got to get it rocking and rolling again. It's going out. Come on, here we go. Right? That's what we talk about, those 5 things. And sometimes nobody's going to be your fuel. Nobody's going to come and hand you that can of gasoline. So you have to be the one that's willing to do it. And so many people aren't. So many people look for that validation in others or validation in outcomes or whatever it is. And they don't want to keep going and buying the gas because the fire isn't raging, but it's not really going anywhere. And they want to save their money and it's getting a little tight. Keep spending it. Keep dumping the gasoline on the fire. Keep stoking the fire. Keep fueling yourself up. Burst that bubble. Watch it become something you never imagined it could be. Who's to say? Who's to know?
So I'm telling you, you got me thinking about Angel right now. And I was just thinking about it because, one of the things that happens on a daily basis is we all want to do better. And you have to start the fire. You brought up the pilot light, right? And so one thing about a pilot light that you got to think about is how small is that little light, whether it's under your stove or it's in your water heater or whatever. Let's talk about the water heater. It's a little bitty light. It's usually this big and it's back in the, you have to go and light that thing, right? Some people don't have water heaters like that anymore. However, there are some. But once you light that thing, that will keep the entire house full of hot water no matter what you do. And it's just a simple little light this big. Doesn't take much to create that much energy, right? And I've talked about the fact that you live in a body that can create its own energy. The problem with people is they start to feel lethargic towards the end of the day because they don't have enough fire to keep their pilot light going and fueling, and they're feeding it all kinds of bad fuel. And just like we've talked about before, you can't feed a race engine some horrible 82 octane. It is not going to run the same. It's going to putt and squeeze and it's going to do all kinds of different things trying to keep going. But the one thing it won't do is perform. So you have to understand that just like every single day, if you can't find the way to get that motivation, like Angel said, hey, showing up to Java and Jams formally, now Forge and Fuel, gives him fire to get started, right? Then he said it the other day, hey, watching all of you put up all of your workouts every single day gave me a little bit more fire. Now he's generating his own electricity every single day and creating a fire within himself by putting those push-ups in and putting in the work and doing the things that he needs to do. And it doesn't matter where that ignition comes from. It doesn't matter where that light comes from that you're trying to help light your light, as long as every day you continually put it there, because I'm telling you, it will diminish. You will lose your energy if you don't continue to work out and practice these things on a daily basis. Cap said we put all of our fuel into these 4 or 5 things. He's not lying. This is what we breathe because, hey, if I'm not doing it every day, he said it before, hey, if it starts at the top and it goes all the way down, if I'm not doing it every day and getting my push-ups in and actually feeling like I'm getting stronger in mental, physical, financial, and everything else, especially in my social life, trying to be brighter to every single person out there, then you know what? Who am I to inspire anyone else out there if I'm not willing to do that work on a consistent daily basis? And I think that's what we're trying to do with the show. I think that's what we're trying to put out to the world is people need to understand that the way they treat somebody, they can invite somebody really quickly into this fam by just, hey, how you doing, man? This guy was giving me all kinds of compliments yesterday, and I was being very perceptive about it. And he's like, hey, I like that shirt. Oh man, that's cool. That's our podcast right there, man. And I told him about Forge and Fuel, and all of a sudden, bam, we make a friend. He hits follow, and hopefully we can add some fuel to his fire, and he can start doing that. He was already pretty pumped up, but I'll tell you this. I'll let anybody pour gasoline on my fire. I don't mind being a little bit more brighter. You know what I'm saying, Cap?
Oh, I know what you're saying. And hey, it's hard to work at a supplement superstore and not be pumped up. It's hard to work at anything Andy Frisella related and not be pumped up. Pretty sure he's just got cameras all over the place. And as soon as you're acting like a jackass, not to first form standards, he's probably just going to come up there and smack you in the back of the head. Who's
back, and I don't think they were paying attention. Like, hey, how are you? And I look around to see if anybody's making eye contact with me. If they're just like, hey, how are you? Right? I look up and there's a guy looking right at me. I'm like, hey, man, I'm doing amazing. How are you? And that's the guy. So you're right. I think there's definitely something going on with that culture.
Hey, and talk about a hell of a culture. You got people who will go to a convenience store And if they slide by the energy drink section and they see all the first form cans all fucked up, they'll take and they'll turn every single one straight. Talk about a culture, bro. Talk about setting just a standard. Like, ooh, screaming freedom, baby. I mean, come on. That's just badass, right? That's the type of standards we're trying to set. I heard Andy talking about that the other day. I was like, damn, bro, that's you be doing it. And it just made me think of the wheelcasters, everything we saw at HQ. I'm sure sometime we'll talk about that on the show again, because I'm still learning shit from that experience. Who's to say, who's to know? But I thought about something. You know, it's hard to see others be successful and not want to be successful yourself, unless you're just a fucking bum. If you're a super soldier, if you're a super soldier, it's easy to want to be successful. It's easy. If you're a 1%er, if you're a dog, if you're one of them ones, it's easy to see somebody else on a level up and say, you know what, I'd like to do that too. Shit. Whoa, hey, I got an example. Let me go follow that example. You know what? Actually, that's not bad, but I want to do this in a little bit different way. Okay, that's not bad. But check it out. If you're a 99%er, all you're doing is what I talked about yesterday. See somebody being, oh, what did they do to deserve that? Oh, he doesn't deserve to be. Who are Cap and Swirl? So fucking dumb. They don't even deserve this. Oh my gosh. When you're a 99%er, it's hard to be successful because you're not enjoying the success of others. You're just getting angry by the success of others. How crazy is that? That's how you know if you're part of the 1% or not, is if you see people out there grinding, going, flowing, leveling up their lives, and you say, you know what, I think I can do that too. That fires me up. That's how you know you're different, right? And I saw Angel in there. Me gusta la gasolina, papa. Que pasó, baby? Hey, I do too. Hey, it's what fires me up. It gets me going for the day. I wake up as this show continues to flow. I get more and more energy. I get more and more vibes. And we just keep it pushing. We just keep going and flowing, man. And I see Swirl do something. I see DZ do something. I see Chris do something. I see Live Dog. I see Ken. I see Kelly Owen Pride. I see Brittany, whoever doing whatever. I'm like, damn, okay, well, they're out there moving and grooving. I better keep on my mission, right? What do you think about that, Swirl? It's hard to see people be successful and not want to be successful yourself unless you're a total bum.
Hey, I'll tell you, every single day I'm looking at I see Chris. So that's the thing about it. I'm mad at myself. I did, like, last 3 days, I haven't put my workout online, but I've been doing them. And I've actually, bro, I am more sore than anything. I've been doing burpees, everything. You don't understand. I'm embracing the suck. Remember I told you how much I hated burpees? Now I'm like, I'm going to kill this shit, right? And that's how I feel about them. So, this morning I got all my 100 push-ups in, and yesterday I did too. So I was actually upset because what I was doing a week and a half ago, I'm not doing today because of the way I've changed my routine. So I've noticed an effect on the way my energy is and how my fire goes. And he's right. Yes, I get done with this show and I'm fired up. But once I'm done with this show, the bus of life has started moving. The phones are ringing. Things are happening. And I don't have that same calm that I usually do when I'm doing my 100 push-ups. So I don't. And again, that's not the only thing I do in the day, but it is a non-negotiable, right? I have to do it. So the sooner I get through that, the better. That's what really starts to fuel my day. And it's a personal thing, but I always think, hey, look, if you just like making the bed, make the bed. That's the task. That's what you're doing for the physical you see around you, right? And then what are you going to do with that? I'm going to do my push-ups and make my bed for my physical. Let my muscles know that today's no joke. We're not screwing around today. You're going to get pushed today too. Wake up, right? That's what you got to do sometimes. And I had to adjust that for myself because I was letting myself go because I knew a week ago I was doing that stuff. So not only just watching other people get better, but a week ago I was doing those things and now I wasn't. So I had to make the adjustments. And I think that's what happens with people when they see others doing things like that. Hey, I see people posting. It gives me that, I don't want to call it guilt, but it's almost like, damn, if they're doing it, who the hell am I to be sitting on my ass? If somebody as busy as this person can get it done, and if they can find time at 9 o'clock at night to go walking, and why can't I pick up a weight? Why can't I pick up a book? Why can't I do those tough things too? Because I know that person's got 3 kids. I know that person's got a job, and so does that wife or husband. I get it, right? So here I am, one person, I can do it too. And sometimes you got to look at your own self and say, hey, you know what? I let myself down. So that's why this morning and yesterday, I got up 35 minutes earlier so I could get those in, because I don't want to worry about those when I'm done with this. I need other things to get done. I'm taking care right now because, again, that neutral mindset, right? What's happened. I need to put it as much as I can behind me. What's going on right now is this show. We're doing this. Once that's over, I'll deal with all of that at that time, but I don't want to worry about what I should have already gotten done.
Hey, there's a challenge. Can you stay present just for the duration of this show? You know, can you just stay right here now and not be all over the map and scrolling here, scrolling there? And maybe you're getting ready for your day, but can you just be here now? Just for this little short hour, hour and a half that we're here with you every single morning. Who's to say, who's to know? And oh man, I'm not gonna get too down the rabbit hole of what you were just talking about there, because I think it's gonna be our topic of the day tomorrow. I've been thinking some thoughts.
Save it. Then we'll have a lot of time.
Hey, we're always on the same page, bro. And me and DZ were talking about Chris and some things last night, and some things that I'm doing. Yeah, we might have a topic already for tomorrow. Who's to say, who's to know? But one other thing in there I want to hit before we get into the second segment. I don't have the same calm. Oh, man. How true is that? When you get into the fire of life, you get on the battlefield, you're not going to have the same calm. You got to have that intensity. If you want to be a warrior, if you want to win a battle, you got to be hard. You got to be ready to go. You don't have that same calm. You don't have that same, oh, puppy dogs, rainbows, and unicorns. Life is so easy. Oh, flaming arrow. Oh no. Another one. Oh, I'm dead on the battlefield. That's not how it works. Time to fight. Let's go. Send these arrows my way. Oh, grab one out of there. Crack it in the morning. I'm in work mode. I'm in grind mode. Right? That's why it's so important to start your day the right way. It's so important to set the tone of where you want your day to go. If you set the tone up here and all the bullshit stacks on, day's over, you're still way higher than anybody who started way the fuck down here and didn't give themselves that chance. Yeah, motivation doesn't last. Yeah, inspiration isn't worth a damn, because it's just like bathing. You got to do it daily. You got to do it consistently. You got to scrub the arms. You got to scrub the legs. You got to make sure you're always doing it, or you're not going to stay motivated in the hard times. You're not going to be fired up in the challenges of life. You're not going to be willing to turn obstacles into opportunities. You're going to crumble under the pressure. And that is what the 99% does. So do you want to be the 99%, or do you want to be the 1% and be that super soldier? Choice ain't mine. Who's to say, who's to know, Swirl One?
Bro, got me all fired up. Run those clips. Let's change this part. Let's save some of this for tomorrow, and I already wrote some things down, so we'll get to that.
Okay. Hey, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Oh,
great.
I loved it.
We're hot this morning, man.
Look what time it is. We're killing it right now.
I know. I just looked at 10 minutes till the top of the hour. We're murdering. We're going. We're flowing. We got 83 concurrents right now. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings live on X, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Shout out to all of you. Woo! Hey, we appreciate each and every one of you. And if you are on X and you would like a question answered, you can comment on the show as well. If you would like an answer in the third segment of the day, we can see your questions in the live chat. So if you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you want some more perspective from the boys, drop your question in the live chat now. We'll pull it up on the third segment of the day. But we got a whole second segment of the day to get through before we even discuss anything third segment. And it is officially time for that. So let's keep this proverbial show car drifting around the corners of change as we get into your second segment of the day, the Reaction Refinery. Alrighty, my friends. This morning we have 4 motivational clips. Short ones here today. Really short ones, actually. We got 15 seconds, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Super short this morning, so we got plenty of time to give more perspective. Let's get right on into it. Our first video of the day features Unk and Cuzzy. Who the hell is that? Well, Uncle Shannon Sharp and Cuzzy Chad Ocho Cinco live from their show called The Nightcap. Who's to say, who's to know? And they are going to tell us about success or mediocrity.
People realize that it's less crowded on the road to success than the road to mediocrity. The bumpiest ride on a plane is what? When you take it off.
Yeah.
Once you get up to that, what the pilot says, he's going to get up to a comfortable cruising altitude.
32,000 feet.
Above all that turbulence.
Yeah.
And if it's turbulence there, what they do? They go a little higher. When people, when they want to be average and mediocre, that's crowded.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many people just want to be average and mediocre. It's crowded. Go be great.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't crowded up there.
Our traveling man always getting on a tin can. What do you think about that airplane perspective?
Yeah, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, there's two things that are tough about an airplane. One is definitely a pilot that doesn't know how to land. That's one. So you can't really do much about it. So there's two things that'll happen. You'll hit the ground really hard and you're like, holy shit, did we just pop a tire? Or you'll hit it so smooth you don't even know you landed, right? And I've done that a couple of times. The other one is definitely taking off. That's where you feel those G-forces. That's where you feel that pull on your body. And it's tough to get up in the air and to beat that resistance. And it's funny that he was talking about that because I think in life, I talked about being average the other day and how it doesn't take much to be average, just 1 or 2 steps, 1 degree more effort, just a little bit more than everybody else, because everybody out there right now doesn't want to be more than average because it puts a spotlight on them. So nobody wants that, right? Oh, hey, watch out, right? But here's what and that's actually funny because the other day after that show, I wrote this down the other day and I had to rewrite it down because I remember writing it down that day. But if we want to go further on to what average is, it is the best of the worst or the worst of the best. And nobody wants to be that. So if you think about that, being the best of the worst, I'm the best guy on the worst team. Okay. You know what I mean? Or, hey, I'm the worst guy on the best team. And it's like, well, okay, do you ever get any playing time? Well, no, but I mean, I hold everybody's water bottle. So we're good there, right? So you don't contribute to anything on that. So what he says, though, is it doesn't take much because people don't want to do those extra things. They don't want to try a little bit harder. And it is easier where it's tougher, right? Because there's only so many people doing that. Here's the one thing you know. If you want to find out who the real G's are, go to the gym at 5 a.m. And I'll just tell you right there, because those people right there have a lot of shit to do. And they've already gotten up, they're getting their things in. And the gym is usually very quiet. There might be a few people in there and it might even be slightly busy, but I promise they're not the same people you'll see at 9, 10, 11 o'clock who are socializing, whether the gym's really loud or noisy. It's a totally different vibe at 5 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because those people went the extra mile to make sure they could put all that work in, because by the time their day's done, it'll be like mine yesterday. Wasted it all, left it all on the table. I didn't leave anything off the field yesterday. As a matter of fact, my body was telling me it's time to shut down, right? So that's when you know, and those people are running themselves and their fuel tank completely empty every single day, where others are always leaving a little bit on the table, always leaving a little bit in there. And every day when they get up, they only put $5 or $10 in gas in that thing.
Great perspective, Swirl One. Something Shannon said that got me. Go a little higher. Go a little higher. If you're feeling turbulence, if you're feeling the walls closing in like I've been talking over and over, if it's time to go find that hallway, it's time to get a little higher. It's time to raise your elevation. It's time to raise the way you think, the way you move, the way you operate. Or you can just sit in that turbulence for the rest of your life. No wonder why so many people get caught in the daily monotony and the everyday fucking up and down and oh shit, this is a bumpy fucking because they never raise higher. They never elevate their mindset higher. They never elevate their physical higher. They never elevate their financial higher, and they stay right where they are. Oh, I would love to be that person, but I could never. I know because of where I come from. Oh, I would love to. You know, most of the people that have made it in this life come from absolutely nothing. Come from very humble beginnings, and you could be the exact same. Just go a little higher. Who's to say, who's to know? Great perspective on the first clip of the day. Let's get into the second one. Ooh, this one here's a banger. This one is a banger and a half. And of course, why wouldn't it be? Because it is from the legend, Tony Robbins, a man who has laid some serious groundwork in these lanes we find ourselves in. And this morning, he is going to tell us about the 3 decisions we make every single day.
3 decisions you're making every moment of your life. You're making it right now. Everyone's listening is making these 3 decisions. You might be making them unconsciously, so then your life is driven by the environment. First decision is, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on what you have or what's missing? Are you going to focus on what you control or what you can't control? And if you're focused on what's missing, that can make you grow. But if that's what you focus on continuously and you add one more pattern, it'll create frustration, anger, sadness, or even depression. And the second pattern is, which one of these do you more? Do you focus more on what you control or can't control? If you go in a pattern of focusing on what you can't control and what's missing, the stress inside of you is always going to be there. Because think about it, there's plenty of things that aren't missing, and there's plenty of things you can't control. But when you're focused on what I can do and what's missing from my life, there's an emptiness. Now, here's the third one. Do you tend to focus more, and we do all 3, but more on the past, the present, or the future? If you're focused on what I can control, what I already have that's beautiful in my life, and what's happening right now that's beautiful, or what I'm going to create, you're not going to have that level of stress. You'll still have problems, but you're not going to have the anger or the sadness or the overwhelm.
Oh man. Did Tony just confirm everything we've been saying over the last 2 weeks since we've been live back? Well, shit, the last 581 episodes.
I was kind of thinking the same. I really wrote that down. Like,
It
this
all
is what we
comes
talk
down
about
to
all
your
the time.
mind. Huh? It all comes down to your mindset. Are you focusing on what you can control or what you can't control? Are you focusing on what you have or what you don't have? Are you focusing on the past, the future, or the present moment? One moment at a time, pushing your toes into the ground. And if you are anxious, chances are you're living in the future and you're worried about what you don't have. And if you're fearful, chances are you're probably living in the past and you're worried about the things you can't control. Blow my brain out of my ears, Swirl One. Are you freaking kidding me? It all comes down. And if all I do is get up every day, okay, what can I control? Ooh, this brain that's going 100 million miles an hour in my head. Okay, I can control that. There's first thing right there. What do I got? Ooh, a roof over my head. I got a nice bed. Ooh, I got food in the fridge. Ooh, I got coffee in my cup. Ooh, I got a nice big old water over here that I got for $1.25. Ooh, I got a nice computer. Ooh, okay, what do I got? Okay, ooh, wait. I just realized all the things that I have and the things I can't control, I'm in the present moment. Oh my gosh, I'm living a fulfilled life. My life is great. I feel like a super soldier. Holy shit, Swirl One.
Bro, I'm telling you, that right there was powerful. And it is exactly what we're talking about all the damn time. And you said it. We say it all the time. Hey, control the controllables. Why are we worried about the price of tea in China when what we're trying to worry about is this 2-foot circle that we deal with every single day and everything we influence and touch with our own eyes, hands, and words? That's what's really important. That's what you're trying to control. If you could control those things and how you react to everything around you, then you're fine. It's not literally what happens to you. It's how you react to them. It's how you handle those adversary things, those challenges, right? The other part of it too is the things that you do or don't have. Don't be jealous of other things that people don't, that they're showing off or that they might be achieving. That doesn't do anything for you. We talked about yesterday. Their success has nothing to do with your success. As a matter of fact, if they're a part of your circle, their success, just like Elon Musk handing all of those patents out to everybody else's success will bring success to you by not gatekeeping, by not being that person that won't be open to new ideas, new relationships, new things that are happening every day, right? And the biggest thing about it is we have to focus on certain things. And when you talk about being, literally thoughtful about the future and what's going to happen, people always try to put the cart before the horse, and they don't ever look at it and say, you know what? How am I going to be a billionaire if I can't even be a thousandaire? That's where, let's just start there. And they won't take care of today to figure out how we're going to get there. They can't even save $500, much less try to get to 1,000 because, hey, I want to be a billionaire. Okay, well, look, this is what I got to say. If you want to be a big bodybuilder, start with 1 push-up today, right? If you want to be a billionaire, save $1 today, right? That's got to happen. And if I'm doing that today, tomorrow, my efforts, again, like I keep talking about, will compound. And if you've got the right things on your mind, those 4 or 5 things we talk about all the time, I guarantee you those things are going to get better if you're investing in them on a daily basis. If your focus is on those, The future will take care of itself. It will get here when it gets here. And every day you're building on that and making sure that happens. Don't worry about what you don't have. The things that you want will come towards you. And last night, Cap called me when I was in a gratitude moment. Truly, it was kind of an interesting thing. I just shared this entire message with somebody. I was driving around when I was sitting in my house feeling slightly lethargic. Again, I put a lot on the table yesterday. I was very busy. And so I decided to go and get in my car and go drive around, just to appreciate the things that I've done and the things that I have. And I'm just like, you know what? Don't watch videos that say, hey, you could get this, $1 million car, $1 million house. Hey, right now, what you have is great. And sometimes it's okay to go get in the things you've provided yourself and enjoy them for a minute, whether that's be your motorcycle, your car, or go in your backyard where you built your porch, or, go look at the wares that you've made the last few days. Like that stuff that's what brings you more joy. And there was one thing I heard yesterday, and man, just now sparked it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Here we are. But I've been reading this book and it's really good. So always remember this about something. If you want to bring the greatness out of you, go back and remember all the times you felt great about the things you did. Remember what it took to get to those times. Maybe they're pivotal moments. Maybe they're times where you smashed a presentation, or you won an important game, or maybe it was a time where you got that job, or where everything was clicking at the right time. And just go back in your mind and picture those times. What did it feel like? What did it smell like? How did you get there? What were the things that happened right before that? And remember, you still have that greatness today, and try to recreate that with whatever you're doing right now. Remember the greatness you already had in your life. And remember that if you did it then, you can recreate it. Just remember what state you were in. How did you feel? What did it taste like? What air was like? Was it tough? Was it easy? And put yourself back through it. And I guarantee you'll end up in that situation again, but it'll be a whole new event. I'm telling you, massive wins with that.
Woo! Wake up. Come on. One time for the one time. Oh, baby. Hey, have you ever thought about what it takes to be a millionaire? $1 a minute. $1,440 every single day. That's all it takes to be a millionaire. $1,440. Can you make $1 a minute? You ever thought about that? If you can make $1 a minute, you can be that millionaire. Who's to say? Who's to know? A little perspective there. And put the cart before the horse. I got a quote for you. Forget the mules. Load the wagons. Everybody's all worried about how the fuck we're going to get there. And then they forget they ain't got the right supplies once we do. Who's to say? Who's to know? Hell of a perspective there. And I got to pop this up as well. Ted Logan, one time, I've never realized how many things I was subconsciously doing correctly without knowing till I watched this show. Shout out, Ted. And my perspective on that is we ain't nothing special. we ain't smart. Hey, man, I say it all the time. I'm a humble dipshit. Barely wiped the word off my forehead. Got it off today, baby. Let's go. Hey.
You know what it is, bro? We're not afraid to come up here and just be ourselves and make an ass of ourselves. That's the thing. We'll put ourselves out to the world. I'm not afraid. Hey, I've defeated all my demons. What are you going to do to me, right? I'm going to come up here and tell you how I survived this thing called life. Hopefully you get something from it. But at the end of the day, you can judge me all you want. I know who I am. I know I'm going to leave this space and I'm going to go and kick some ass today. So it doesn't really matter. You can't take anything from those 4 or 5 things away from me. So smile. Hi. Hope you're learning something.
Don't be rude.
Don't be rude. Not trying to be something that we're not, right? We're not trying to, we read this in this book and all this and all. Oh, look how great. Speak in layman's terms. Hey, this is how we thrive in this thing called life. We don't survive. We thrive in this thing called life. And this is how we do it. And if we can say one thing that makes you move a muscle, change a thought in a positive direction, or trip a trigger and realize, oh shit, I already do that. I just got to refine it a little better and I can get to that. Holy shit, this is amazing. If we can do that, then we're doing our job. We're not trying to be amazing and going after all this fame. Oh, fortune. See, fame is when people know you. Notoriety is when people know your work. And notoriety leaves a legacy. That's what we're going after. Notoriety. Who's to say, who's to know?
Let's go.
If you ain't fired up for this Thursday,
come on, Fortune Fuel fam. Come on.
Here comes the money.
Woo, boy, Boys and girls, we got 2 more clips to react to, and it is hot up in here this morning. We got 99 live viewers concurrently across all platforms, and we can't thank you enough for being here. Please allow us to give thee a little more motivation, baby, as we dive in to another clip from a man who gets a little hot around the collar. A man who stirs up a lot of shit on the internet. A man who, when people see his face, they say, oh no, we got to get out of here. Oh no, the truth is coming. My friends, we are being joined by friend of the program, hopefully guest of the program soon. Who's to say, who's to know? The one, the only, Andrew Tate is here to tell us about removing the safety nets.
A man is different when he gets to that position where he has no safety net and he has to pull it off. You've been there, I've been there. I have to pay the rent. I have to pay the rent, let me borrow from dad. I have to pay the rent, let me borrow from no, like I have to, tomorrow I need $2,000. Today I have fucking zero. There's nobody I can borrow from. And that's a small example. There's been much bigger examples I don't want to say in a podcast. You're a different kind of man when you've had to pull it off and you've suffered the consequences of failure, or you find a way to pull it off. It's not the same if you just call daddy, is it? You're a different man when you have no safety net. You're a different man when you have to pull it off. No, I need to. No, I literally have to pull this off. I have to roll the dice. Most men don't understand what it feels like to roll a dice and you have to get a 6. They go, what do you mean you have to? No, I have to get a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, but what if you don't? No, I have to get a 6. You're not understanding me. So that's extremely character building.
There are no other options, man. So
Burn
many
boats.
people burn the boats. So many people live with those safety nets and have never felt what it's like to truly be standing on the cliff's edge and say, oh my gosh, I gotta jump. There's nobody coming to kick me in the ass, and I gotta build this fucking airplane on the way down. And if I splat, I die. That's it. If I splat, I have to make this happen. That is an entirely different feeling. That will bring out the best in you. You want to find out who you really are? Go stare failure square in the face when you need $2,000 tomorrow and you ain't got a zero in the bank account. You're sitting there saying, what the fuck do I do? How am I going to pull this off? This show right here is rolling a 6. I have to roll a 6 with this show. There's no other option. There are no other paths. I have no other outlets, no other backtracks, no other, oh, well, if this doesn't work out, gave it the old college try. This is my life. I have to make the parachute work. The airplane has to take off or else I'm fucked. I have no safety net. I have no one. Oh, well, your mommy's here in the chat, Cap. Your mommy's always here. You think I fucking depend on her? No, she's not here because she's some support system for me. She's here because of what the value she gets and the value she gives to so many other people, not to support me. I don't have some mommy and daddy credit card that I can just endlessly spend and put food in my fridge and lights and, oh, let's go to VIP bottle service. I don't have to worry about this anyway. Swipe. I've never had that. It's always been either you're figuring this shit out the day I turned 18. Either you're figuring this shit out or you're going to be living a shitty life like so many people you've seen.
Surprise,
do you want to go work construction, drag your knuckles, do nothing, be nothing, or do you want to be more? Do you want to go further than anybody else has ever gone before? Well, then you got to remove the safety nets and you got to be willing to roll that damn 6. Come on, Swirl One.
Bro, are you kidding me? All I've been doing is rolling 6s my whole life. Somebody said the other day, hey, when you get lemons, you make lemon meringue pie. That's all I know. Buddy, if you don't burn the boats, literally kick the ladder out from underneath you, how the hell do you expect to move forward? If you know the boat's there, you're always going to retreat back to the boat. You're going to go back to where you came from. That's always going to be the case. I have over and over and over again had my back against the wall, wondering how the hell am I going to make this work? And I'll take it all the way back to watching, and I still train them today, but I love salespeople. I love salespeople. They are the most grittiest, heart-filled people there is out there because they've gone through the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows. I can't even tell you how many times as a salesperson when I was younger that I was at the end of the month all the way through. And I used to sell cars. I'm telling you, it would be the 22nd, 23rd of the month. Hey, and the 30th was on a Sunday and we weren't open. And you had to make everything you were supposed to make. And you hadn't sold any cars all month long. And somehow I went from having literally $0 in the bank to being able to pay that and have some leftover, right? That's been the case my whole life. And I love people that can make it happen from nothing. That's the thing. You can't wait for people to create the cake for you. You got to start putting the ingredients together. Not all this stuff can be store bought. A lot of it has to be mixed with your own entire energy, hands, intellect, all of it. The one thing he said there is when somebody gets to the end and the safety net's not there, there's nobody to call. What do you do? That's what determines a real person. That determines whether you can stand on your own 2 feet. And I've done it when, like I said, when I went to Cleveland, I went there wondering, man, am I ever going to DJ again? Did anybody even care? Hey, guess what I did? I was running every Saturday nights over there, just like I come to St. Louis. Same thing, right? It's the same thing. It's not literally where you came from. It's what you're doing with all the lessons you've learned from all the places you've come from. Are you applying that on a daily basis? Is that making you better every day? And I promise you this, when you realize the boats are gone, you'll take whatever scraps left over and build a house wherever you are. I guarantee that.
Damn straight. Come on. Oh, we're fucking on it this morning, man. Yes, Malco, you were. You were, Malco. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for pushing your boys so hard. We appreciate the hell out of you, too. We got one more clip, my friends, and this one's the shortest one of the day. So you got to have your ear holes open wide because it hits hot and it hits fast and it is gone before you have an opportunity to think, what the hell did he just say? We might even have to play it twice. Who's to say, who's to know? We're going to say hello to former middleweight champion of the UFC, one of the baddest MFers to ever walk this planet, baby. The one and only Kamaru Usman is going to tell us about shit in a pile.
Lesson when I was young, my mom used to say this to me, and I had to really think about this. And she used to tell me all the time, if we all threw our problems in the pile, I guarantee you would take your shit back and run.
If we all threw our shit in a pile, I guarantee you would take yours back and run. We all have a backstory. We all have bullshit we're going through. Life right now is so hard for everyone. Prices are going up. The economy's bananas. Housing, cars, everything is fucking insane. But would you share your problems or would you take on somebody else's problems?
Don't be rude.
Are you just okay with your problems? You just okay with what you got? Because I guarantee you there's people out there that are begging and crying and pleading for the things that you get without any effort. There are people out there that would wish to have your life and you're dragging your knuckles and have the audacity to say, woe is me. There's people out there that would give up everything to take on your shit, yet you aren't grateful for what you have. Man, oh man, I think if we all threw our shit in a pile, we would realize just how messy all of our lives are, and maybe we would stop adding shit to each other's lives. Maybe we would see everybody's shit in a pile, and we would stop throwing our own shit. Here, let me throw some more shit. Maybe we would stop doing that. Maybe we would leave people better than we found them, Swirl One.
That's why I don't tell people very much things or tell them about my problems. You know, I remember a good guy that, you know, just always kicks some ass. And, you know, he always feel like he always had it put together and he lost his business right in front of my eyes. And the one thing that I'll always remember about the guy is that he treated everybody with so much respect, no matter where it was, because he knew that where he came from could be where he goes back to. And that's something you have to understand in life. Everybody's got a backstory and something they're dealing with, and you don't ever want to add things to it. And I remember, you know, there's a lot of people in my life that have, you know, kids with disabilities and that kind of thing, and you would never know that their life is tougher than somebody else's life, and they're filled with love and respect, and they're proud of themselves, and a lot of them are very successful. Being able to take care of your own shit on a daily basis and not dealing with everybody else's is a really big thing. And I've heard this before of, hey, if everybody put their problems in there and you could see everybody's problems out in the open, and you could literally look through and start trying to find one that you wanted to take instead of yours, I guarantee you this, you would gladly go back to yours when you see what everybody else is dealing with, because most of the time people are dealing with problems that money can't buy and that you can't write a check for. And that's never fun. If you can just write a check for and you're just worried about a bill being late, worried about how you're going to pay your rent, there's people out there that are worried about things that money will never pay for. And that's the kind of stuff you don't ever want to inherit. So exactly what he said. Take care of your own shit. I promise you, everybody's got a little bit they got to deal with. There's no perfect person out there. I don't care how beautiful he or she is. I don't care how many likes or comments or follows or whatever they think they have. I guarantee you somebody out there hates them for something and doesn't like them for something else. I guarantee you nobody's perfect in this world. So don't ever put yourself or anybody else on a pedestal, because we can all end up where we were before.
Yes, sir. We can always go back. Man, I just think about it all the time. Just always ask yourself that, or remind yourself that. If you feel like you're about to judge, you feel like you're about to fly off the handle, you feel like you want to choke the shit out of somebody, everyone has a backstory. Everyone has a backstory. What difference does it make? It's a penguin car. Looks like you blew a seal. Who's to say, who's to know? That's where that started. That's why I posted that. That video has gone viral on my Instagram for no reason in particular. But that's why I posted that. I posted that with the caption, "What difference does it make?" to remind you of this. It's a fucking
on that
penguin
point,
car.
Bro, on that point, when I catch myself, and hey, I'm human. I have biases just like anybody else. Like, since I was a baby, I've had a bias. It's just the way human nature is. And so when I see things that I don't like, or I see things that I feel like I'm going to judge, and when I catch myself saying inside my head, "Oh, this crazy dude," or "that effing whatever," right? I literally stop myself and go, "Hey, hold on, chill out. Hey, God, please forgive me for that. I'm sure they're dealing with a lot of things, and that's the last thing you need to do is put out that negativity. Say, hey, you know what, please forgive." And I'll stop myself, literally to myself, and I'm not above it. I'll say things like that. It's just the way we're wired, right? But catching yourself after that to not continue down those negative paths and just remember, oh man, you know what? Who am I to judge? I did something stupid yesterday. I did something stupid today. And hell, I know I'm going to do something stupid tomorrow. So.
Yeah. Yup. Yup. Facts for sure, man. I do more stupid shit. Hey, people call me stupid, call me crazy. Boy, you have no idea. You ain't inside.
You're right. You're right. I am.
I am fucking nuts. You are. Yep, you're right. You ain't got no clue. Hey,
oh,
it is the life we live. The life we live, baby. Let's go, man. Hell yeah. There's your second segment of the day, the Reaction Refinery, all 4 clips. I see some questions in there. I see some people in the chat, so I feel like it's time to steam on into the final segment of the day, your answers from the anvil. Alrighty, my friends. Hey, and just perfect timing, the old show mascot has come to say great morning to all of us. Say hello, Miss Matilda. Everybody wants to see you. And as always, you can't even look at the damn camera. All right, we appreciate you. Well,
Don't
my
be
friends.
rude.
Well, maybe we got to get her a rubber chicken. Maybe that's what she needs. A rubber chicken. Who's to say, who's to know? Bring it all the way back to the beginning of the show. But my friends, if you don't know, you won't know. This is our third segment of the day. Answers from the anvil. Shout out to all you live viewers out there right now. We see each and every one of you. If you got a question, if you want some perspective on something you're dealing with in life, a little more motivation, a little inspiration, something tailored to you, Maybe you want to be a little more anonymous. You don't want to be in the live chat. You can always email us your questions. You see it right down there in a ticker to askfnf@thedhmgroup.io. Askfnf@thedhmgroup.io for all of you audio listeners. Feel free to shoot us your emails over there, and we will read those live on the show. Didn't have any come through over the night, so we'll get into the live chat and see what the people are saying. I see one question. I'm going to slap this bad boy up real quick. Will the nightcap ever come back? Says Jared Albright. Well, probably not in the form or fashion that you knew it of, but we were actually talking about that last night. And, we did touch a little bit on some things yesterday on the show. We said, we don't want to get too deep in the rabbit holes. We don't want to be the news, all that good stuff. But the people do need to know the truth. And I believe still there are not enough people out there telling you the truth and what you need to know in the real perspective. All they're doing is fear mongering and doing it for likes and reposts.
He fucked up.
And bullshit and continue to just spread division and nonsense. I have no interest in that. I have no interest in red, blue, left, right. No. I want to speak the truth. I want to share the truth. And unfortunately, some of the things I'll probably say are not going to be okay on YouTube, baby. So we're probably going to have to slide over to Rumble. Got to figure that out as well. But I do believe it's going to be a live show, a live stream of some sort. It'll probably be more of a stream, less of a show, not real, how everything is all perfect here, intro and outro and everything. It'll be a little bit more of just a live stream. Hey, we're live. This is what we're talking about. Because I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday just about the floods and the strikes and everything that's going on. And I was sharing perspective, and they were, what? I didn't even, what? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm the bearer of the bad news. Sorry. but I definitely do want to get it out there. And also, we got the phone booth pod guys around, Ted and Bill and Death and Rufus. All those guys have been showing us an extreme amount of support. And who's to say, who's to know if they might ever be on this show or vice versa. So that's what I think on that. Yes, the nightcap will probably never come back, but some iteration of the nightcap, probably a new name or something, who's to say, who's to know, will eventually be live on your screen. That's what I got for that. D's, got anything else good? Oh, what do I know about that strawberry pineapple? What do I know about that strawberry pine? Hey, look here. They don't know nothing about that Enduraformance. You want to go to war with the rates, you get you some Enduraformance. I mean, just the perfect level of itch, the perfect level of energy, nootropic. You're locked in. You're saying, oh, I'm going to slang this way. And you want to talk about a flavor. Oh, hey, First Form is not paying me to say this. First Form pays me in no way, shape, form, or fashion. This is not an ad for First Form Strawberry Pineapple Enduraformance. However, that shit is fucking chef's kiss. I ain't ever found a better pre-workout on the market. You don't even need a 2-scoop this shit. It just sends you straight through the roof. You want to PR blast your way straight to the top. Get you some Strawberry Pineapple Enduraformance. They don't know shit about that Angel SD. Come on, baby. Oh, light work. Who's to know? Sorry, it got me fired up right there. That's just gas. That's just gas.
I wrote it down. I'm with it.
It gets you good. And it's caffeine free. That's the best part. It's caffeine free, right? Some people, I didn't realize it. And it gets you all the way there. But if you like a little caffeine, another shameless plug, you can always find Project One. Who's to say, who's to know? What else we got? DEEZY. Great morning, Jared Albright. Always good to see you, brother. Appreciate you being in the live chat. Great morning. Is this a challenge to see who can beat Malka? Yes, that is the challenge. Malka is always the first one in the chat. We haven't come up with a prize yet or benefits of the first one in the chat, but I promise that'll.
You would have to get up yesterday to beat Malka on this one. I'm just saying. Literally.
Shout out Jeff Oglesby. I see you there, my friend. Shout out to you, brother. Mama Camp. Kim Jones, great morning, everyone. Let's get this Thursday started with some Fortune Fuel. Great morning, Malka. Great to see you in there, my brother, as per usual. Angel SD, once again, great morning, brother. Always good to see you. Mr. E, one of our many West Coast connections. Shout out to you, brother. Rise and grind. Go crush that day. Live dog. Hi. Grammy P, live in primetime. Great morning, Grammy P. Blessings right back to you. We got the medals. We got both the medals in the chat. Great morning, Mr. Medal. Great to see you. Ted Logan, what's up, baby? At work and my service is terrible, but trying to hang in. Stay for the whole damn show. Let's go, man. Let's go. Oh, I know you just saw that one that popped up 2Ds. Got me a coffee and fired up for this day. Shout out, Nick. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you being in the show this morning. Scrappy attitude. Shout out our friends from the, yeah, he saw it now. He saw it now. Yep. Shout out our friends from the Naked Rhinos Coffee Club. JK Big Time, GM, everyone. Crush the day. Our nation's capital connection, baby. Chris Aswomada. Great morning, brother. Hope you're having a spectacular Thursday over there on the West Coast. DEEZY. Give us that question, baby.
I can't.
Give us that question. Ted Logan said, since Swirl is always flying, can he get a picture of the curve for me? Thanks ahead of time.
You know what's funny? I never get a window seat, okay, ever. I'm always in the aisles, right? And the other day I had a window seat and I was actually thinking about you guys. And so I took a couple pictures out over the cloud line, right? And there's a little, you know what I mean?
It's the curve of your fucking window. your window's creating the curve.
Hey, I gave you guys props yesterday when I talked about the cabin lifted up and how I gave the whole levee water. I gave you shout outs yesterday. I'm not gonna.
Hey, Daddy's slowly coming over. He's slowly coming over.
Hey, I'm not going to confirm nor deny the existence of one nor the other. I'm just gonna have fun with the whole thing. So.
Teddy's getting closer, man. When I first met Swirl, he was a staunch glober, bro. He said, "No, man, I'm on airplanes all the time. I see the globe. I see the curve all the fucking time. I see the curve all the time." He would say, and now, it's a little different tune.
Japan, you could that was you definitely could tell you. Hey, well, I'm sure you guys got it. That's a whole nother topic. Let's. Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Let's go, man. Shout out to all of you beautiful human beings live in the chat. I see you guys. Great morning, Anthony. Always great to see you. Appreciate you for the kind words. I saw one from Luz in there too earlier. Our girl Lucy Love Bomb. I saw one in there. She was here it is. I'm an Aries, fire sign. All I do is burn. Know when to ignite the flame and when to let it simmer. Ooh, yeah. I like that. I like that right there.
That's hilarious.
He's a funny motherfucker, man. He is a funny motherfucker, bro.
He's got my cheeks hurting. No, it's so hard.
Ooh, hey, we started with a laugh. We went into some thoughts. Maybe we had a little cry. Maybe we had a little perspective, and now we're finishing with some laughs again. I mean, talk about a full day in under 2 hours. Bay. Come on, one time. Oh, shit. Well, my friends, 28 minutes after the top of the hour, we're gone through our 3 segments of the day. We've got you forged up, fueled up, ready to go, baby. So I suppose we work on wrapping this show up the only way we know how. DJ Swirl 1, you got any final thoughts, closing comments, perspectives, or reminders for episode 581?
Yes, I do actually. First off, GAC news. Don't forget to play poker tonight. Got to get in the poker game. You can absolutely 100% qualify for the monthly tournament if you end up in the final table. So make sure you get in there. Good luck to that. Hopefully you guys win something. That's always fun.
Fuck it, Deez. Hit me with that Kid Ink. Deez. Fuck it. Or not a kid, not Kid Ink, but you know what I'm saying. Kid Sound. Hit me with that Kid Sound, Deez. Hey. What'd he say? He said,
serum with your grandma. Get it on the spleen. Tipsy feeling in the spleen. Play with you on the spleen. Party at the club. You saw this on me. Fall asleep on elevators. Now there's money in the mattress. Money in the cabinet. Dinner seems spicy, but you know I gotta have it. Let me mutate. Got it working like magic. Ballin' like Jordan. Still gaining more traction. Waiting for the time I get M3. See your grandma at the club. She get plenty. She be talking to the thugs trying to get me.
XGACC, baby, I'm repping. I be on time, but I'm about 8 till 9. Come on,
Right now,
man.
maybe at the country club for a time now.
I need an air horn.
Get that air horn, D's. Give me that air horn, D's. Sorry, Swirl One. It was just pulsing through the veins. I had to hit it one time.
All right. So, with that being said, also, do not forget to set your rosters if you've got a fantasy football deal. That's for everybody out there right now. Don't forget
Big
about
time.
that. Hey, that's a big one, too. I lost last week. It's been a tough week. But you know what today I'm going to do? I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to get excited. I got a lot of things to do. I even have to go on a little trek today. So I'm going to do that here in about an hour and a half. But I'll see you back tomorrow because it's Friday and we are going to kick off the day party. We got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of things to do tomorrow. Hopefully you get your stuff done today because we don't want to be doing it tomorrow. My friends, it is a pleasure to be here with you at Forge and Fuel. I appreciate you all pulling up, sharing the show, saying hi, putting a comment in, and just pretty much giving us your attention during these mornings. So all I would ask you is this: have a great day, do some good today, and share that sun with someone else around you because they might need the light that you have. And we've got plenty if we're generating the way we're supposed to. So there it is.
Shout out, Swirl One. Appreciate the hell out of you, my man. Thanks for bringing in them good vibes. Thanks for bringing in high-level perspectives all morning long. We appreciate the hell out of you, good sir. Have a tremendous rest of your Thursday because you deserve it. As for all of you other beautiful humming beings tuning in live, listening right now to my voice, or watching our smiling faces here live in primetime, a couple of reminders for you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We can't tell you how much that helps us grow and helps us continue to flow. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a live show or any other content dropping from DHMG. Hit that like. And if you're not watching on YouTube, maybe you're on X, maybe you're on Facebook. Hit that like over there too. Share it out. Hit that repost. Maybe you heard your favorite quote of the day. Maybe you can make your own clip and throw it out on the timeline. Who's to say, who's to know, baby? If you see something else out there, maybe like, maybe repost. We can't thank you enough. When you do all those good things for us, it only helps us continue to grow this show and all the shows, all the good stuff that falls under the DHMG XGACC umbrella. So please continue to do so. We see you guys. We see you in the live chat. We see you in the comments. We see you all over. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you are tuning in to Forge and Fuel for the first time live in prime time this morning, I see we got, we're over 100 concurrents. We've had 100 concurrents all morning long. Shout out to you guys. If you want to get involved with us more, you're saying, what the hell is this Diamond Hand Media Group? You want to know more about it. You're feeling these vibes. You want to be a super soldier too. Well, we give you a place to come get involved with us. It's called The Gateway, and it is a place of pure mental, physical, and financial growth. Nothing but people who only want your success. No negativity, no toxicity, no bullshit. Only the real, the raw, the open, the truth. That's what we're here for. That's what we're going to keep doing. If we can change one person's mind, make them go in the right direction every single day, then we're doing our job. You get a 7-day free trial. You can check out the whole platform. Tell us we're full of shit. Tell us it's got no value. Tell us I ain't ever going to go anywhere with you guys. Or you can check it out for 7 free days and say, wow, they aren't bullshitting. I guess I'll stick around. Who's to say, who's to know? And if you want to rep something from the show, you want to rep a little DHMG, baby, you can go over to mineandshineapparel.com, located down in this episode's description as well, if you want to get a little DHMG swag. And you can go over to the GACProshop.com if you want to rep a little Grandpa Ape Country Club swag one time for the one time. You can find that on their social media, in their link tree, all the pertinent links and things in their bio. Also, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot. Those of you on the audio podcast directories listening on Spotify or Apple, we certainly appreciate you too. I didn't mean to forget you earlier. So, if you could follow or maybe like or subscribe and leave us a rating, we certainly would appreciate that as well. I didn't forget about you. I know your ears are.
Don't be rude.
Yes, I see you. I see you. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening to the show. And all of you tuning in live, we appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. Thanks for starting your day the right way, getting fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. We bid thee adieu, but not before we remind you that you are kind, you are smart, You are important and you are loved. Go be the light in somebody's day today. Go shine so damn bright they don't know what time of day it is when you're around. Go share a smile with somebody. Go hold the dough. Go have that conversation with that clerk that everybody else is ignoring. Do something to set the change and be the precedent that we not only want to see on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, but in this entire wide world. Baby. Thank you for all your support, all your love, all your hard work to help us continue growing this brand. Before we officially leave you, I ask that you keep in mind that number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind that DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for always having my back, having Swirl's back, and most importantly, well, having DZ's back too. Our Mr. Producer. We can't forget our Mr. Producer. This show wouldn't be the same without that guy. Shout out DEEZY. And thanks for having each other's backs. Thanks for being 1%ers. Thanks for being super soldiers. Thanks for being the Diamond Hand fam. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Have a terrific rest of your Thursday mornings. If you be eating them frogs, holla at your boys. We'll hook you up with some frog jam. Who's to say, who's to know? We'll help you get it down one bite at a time. But for now, that's the show. Episode 581. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow morning to wrap up another electric week of growth. But for now, my friends, we bid thee adieu and say unto you, peace and love.